Folks, I had jokes.
All right, so in 3, 2, 1.
Sure.
Why would you do that? Welcome back to episode 218 of I Folks and Head Jokes. The WrestleMania week review, technically. It's your boy Mr. Alex and Mr. Cooler on the other end. It was a big week of wrestling, for obvious reasons. You're being an asshole. Thank you for being an asshole.
No,
What?
I'm checking.
Stop
I'm
looking
checking.
for shit to talk about. There's nothing to talk about besides practically NXT and WrestleMania. It's a lot to talk about anyway. So we're pretty much just gonna talk about NXT and WrestleMania. What happened then? There's other shit that happened that we couldn't get to, like the Impact card and all that shit. But that's something we could probably leave for a later date, if anything. Or maybe not at all. Who knows? But yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
I do want to watch.
No, I do want to watch it actually
because Jazz retired.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
You're not
shit!
so
She needs to go to the Hall of Fame like now. But yeah, that's good for her. Good for her. Like she was in the game for a while. Like 100%. Like good for her.
She's been in everything.
Everything,
ECW,
everywhere. That's fucking insane. That's crazy. Congratulations on your career, Jazz. That's awesome. It was a privilege to watch you work. But yeah. So we could just start with the NXT Takeover. We had 2 nights NXT Takeover Stand Deliver. Overall, before we even get into everything, I just think it was like a solid 8.5. The whole card. I mean, because the way night 1 flowed into night 2 properly, like there wasn't really any like
that's how you created it, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't think there's any other way to grade it. It's like
I mean, you could
watch.
I mean, you could watch them individually as 2 separate pay-per-views, and it'll still work regardless. Like but overall, like I graded them as a whole because that's how we should be grading them. So I just think overall that it's like an 8 to 8. I would probably say like 8.25 out of 10 for me. Overall, because it's just how it was. But yeah, we could just run down the matches for night 1. So we had Pete Dunne defeating Kushida. After that, we had Bronson Reed winning the Gauntlet Eliminator for the NXT North American title opportunity. After that, we had the NXT United Kingdom champion Walter defeating Tommaso Ciampa in a fucking awesome match. After that, we had MSK defeating Grizzled Young Veterans and Legado del Fantasma to win the vacant NXT Tag Team Championship. And after that, at the main event, we had Raquel Gonzalez defeating Io Shirai to become the new NXT Women's Champion, and also another really, really fucking awesome match. The next day, we had on the pre-show, because it's kind of important, we had Killian Dane and Drake Maverick defeating Breezango for NXT Tag Team title opportunity on the pre-show. To start the card,
that was supposed to be a big match.
It was supposed to, but
at least I thought it was supposed to be.
I mean, it makes sense.
They had like a dope little package.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't know it was on the pre-show. But hey,
what they did? They probably swapped the Cruiserweight Championship match because it actually meant more this time. So we had speaking on that, we had the Santos Escobar defeating Jordan Devlin to become the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Champion in the ladder match. After that, we had the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon defeating The Way. Then moving on to the NXT North American Championship match, Johnny Gargano defeated Bronson Reed in a fucking great match as well. I
didn't think
co-main event. Me either. I thought Bronson Reed was actually going to win. After that co-main event, we had Karrion Kross defeating Finn Balor to become the new NXT champion, or just regain what he lost because he had to go away because he was injured. And then at main event, we had a fucking crazy ass unsanctioned match between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. You knew this was gonna be the show stealer of the whole
Week.
like week. To be honest with you, and they did not disappoint. NXT, no pun intended, technically tends to deliver, you know, and they definitely did
Yeah.
deliver. Especially this match, like we knew it was gonna be a crazy match because of like how good they are, how good of friends they are, and like you're gonna want. They always outshine WrestleMania regardless. Like we know this going in. It's not a foregone conclusion,
Yeah.
but just overall, like this was a great match, to be honest. Like I gave it, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like 5 stars. I was like, because these guys are fucking insane. Like they're fucking insane. And just the ending overall, it's just a lot to take in, because the
You
thing is, like,
put him through the
the
floor grate. Like
underside.
how?
Oh yeah, exactly. Put him through the floor grate. I forgot about that part. And then, like,
Oh
just
my
to end it
God.
off, you
Yeah.
fucking need him with chain wrapped around your fucking knee, jumping off of the top turnbuckle while he's laying on the
Yeah.
underside of
Yeah.
the chair, and you break the chair on top of that because you land on him. Like, yeah, he wasn't gonna get up from that. Like, it
Crazy.
was an awesome match. The storytelling was great in that match. It was just insane. Obviously, Karrion Kross and Finn Balor was a great match as well. It was back and forth, just like you
Yeah.
thought it would be. Karrion Kross showing off his strength, Finn Balor almost winning quite a few times. But Karrion Kross, like, the reason why they brought Finn Balor down was, to fill that void, and not only to fill the void, but also,
And have great
obviously,
matches.
yeah, exactly. So,
Because he's more interested in that
then actually
than the
carrying front,
comedy
exactly.
entertainment act.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Let him
he's
stay
always
down there and do
been with.
that.
I mean, when you come from his thing from New Japan, like, he's about match quality and all that stuff. So, like,
Yeah,
I mean, the thing
exactly.
is, with NXT, you get the match quality, like you do. The Johnny Gargano Bronson Reed match was fucking crazy too. Like,
I
Johnny,
thought
as
Bronson
much
was gonna
as we
win.
think Johnny Gargano is boring, like, he always puts on. He's Mr. NXT when it comes to Mr. Takeover, we should say, and
Yeah.
he's, because Finn Balor's actually Mr. NXT. Like, let's be real, because he's the one that put it on the map. But yeah, like, Bronson Reed, fucking, I swore he was gonna win that one too. Like, I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna give him the title, and he
It was so
didn't. There was
close.
so many, yeah, so close, so, like, un poquito, like, so close, and it was really good. Even the fucking Santos Escobar and Jordan Devlin match as well on night two, like the Cruiserweight Championship match, that was great. That was fun to watch. NXT, like, not to try to shit on the NXT
Yeah.
Women's Tag Team Championship match. Like, it was still a good match, but it didn't have the same caliber. You know
I
what I
didn't think he
mean?
was gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, overall, like, and that's why, like, I kind of skipped over. That's why I was talking about the ones that I really liked first.
Yeah.
Um, the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match. It was still really good. It's what you expected from it. Not to take away from any one of the people in there. Indy Hartwell did really well. So did Candice LeRae, Shotzi Blackheart, and Ember Moon. We know what they could both do, and unfortunately, it was the weaker of the matches that night. Like, it's that's just the thing,
Yeah.
overall. But it's hard to even call it, like, even a weak match, because it wasn't a weak match. It was just surrounded by four awesome matches, to be honest with you. So it's like you kind of got the runt of the litter that's not really the runt of the litter. That'll be a good tag team
Yeah.
championship
Yeah.
match
That's pretty much
anytime,
it.
anyway, on any other pay per view. So, yeah, and with night one, Pete Dunne versus Kushida was fucking awesome. Like, I remember texting you all the, yo, tell me you're watching this shit, like, because that was a great match.
Yeah. That was a
And
short match. It wasn't that
it
long.
was short, but it was like 13 minutes. But, like, overall,
Yeah.
it was still really good. And those 13 minutes were
It
action
was good.
packed by both of them. We know what Kushida could do coming from New Japan.
We know
All
what
the
he
times we've seen
does.
him. We know what Pete Dunne does as well, like, as much as it would be. So we knew that was going to be a potential show stealer. And that was a great way to kick off the show. Bronson Reed and the Gauntlet Eliminator, like, that was also another good match. I thought a couple times he was gonna lose it, and then he actually ended up winning. So that was actually really cool. And him getting the opportunity the second night, I see we kind of went reverse order, but whatever. Was really good. United Kingdom Championship, Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa was what JR would equate to a slobber knocker because like it was just back and forth. Tommaso Ciampa, we know his quality. Walter, same thing.
Yeah.
I love that Tommaso Ciampa like went after the hand to like fuck him up so he wouldn't be able to use that. Like there was a lot of strategy involved. But Walter, being Walter, finds a way. He's the ring general. And he won that. It was a great match. But I always laugh when I watch Walter wrestle because he just looks like a giant kid, like just like a giant
He
like
does. He does.
kid, but like
You know
one
what's
that will
funny?
fuck you up.
Somebody
He looks
pulled up his old gear. He pulled up
his
a
old
picture
what?
of his old gear.
Mm-hmm.
His old gear, his old look. Like he had blonde hair. He pretty much looked
No way.
like a baby fairy from Fairly Odd Parents. He just looked like a huge baby fairy. Like that's the only way I can actually describe him. Like that's what he looked like. I'm like,
Um,
okay, well, he
I
still
mean,
look like he's
I
gonna
mean, he
hurt
went from fairy
you.
to fucking you up, so that's fine with me. MSK
Exactly.
winning the tag team championships made sense. For a while, I actually did think that Legado de Fantasma would win it, so they would have like the whole Legado de Fantasma and Santos Escobar thing going, like them like all holding the
You
titles.
know they haven't done that in a while. Like they don't do that too often. They
They
did that with
haven't
the
done
Hurt
that,
Business.
and they did it with Undisputed Era as well. So
Yeah, but
yeah, they all had the titles.
Undisputed Era. Yeah, but at how long ago was that? They've been
Probably like
together
2 years.
for 4 years.
Probably 2 years ago. Yeah, it was in the middle of it. It was like in their
Yeah,
prime, in their primes. That's when they
they
all
do
held
it
it.
when
But
they
yeah,
do it when it matters. They don't do it for everybody too.
I kind of thought it was gonna go that way, where Santos Escobar and Legado Fantasma would hold it, like because that's their like. It's not an official faction, but it kind of is.
Yeah,
Because Vince hates factions. So
might as well be.
yeah, but it was really cool. It was a really really good match. Congratulations to MSK, coming over from Impact and then making, no pun intended, an impact in NXT so fast
Yeah,
and becoming the NXT champions, NXT Tag Team Champions, fully deserved. Um, it was a great match to watch, man. Like there's no real, all the spots that you wanted were there. All the close calls, all the interruptions, like they were all there. So that was really, really fun to watch. And congratulations to Raquel Gonzalez as well. Io Shirai is no fucking slouch. She's been holding that shit
that
down for a long
match
ass
was
time. That
crazy.
match was amazing on pretty much every level. I could probably put that up there. And that's the thing. Like you have, out of 10 matches you had
Yeah,
overall, you had like nine high octane matches that you really can't be mad about
yeah.
at all. And it's pretty crazy. Like the weakest matches, and it sounds fucking crazy to say, Bronson Reed winning the gauntlet and the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. And for those to be the weakest matches
Pretty
that were
much.
actually good matches, are just like, how good were the other matches? If
Yeah,
you haven't
like
seen NXT Takeover, go watch NXT Takeover. It's fucking crazy. Like Raquel Gonzalez, like it made sense for her
exactly.
to become champion because she's just a
Because
beast, bro.
even the gauntlet match was like
It
really
was
good.
good.
Like that's
Yeah.
how far beyond. That's how much better that match was than everything else. Because the gauntlet
Yeah.
match was good. It was decent. Everybody got a spot.
And it kept you guessing, exactly,
So
and it kept you guessing too at the same time. You're
yeah,
just like,
and kept
oh,
it
it's gonna,
guessing.
yeah, it was
Quick
really good.
eliminations.
Raquel
Mm,
Gonzalez is a
mm.
beast. Congratulations to her. We knew eventually she would get it. Io Shirai, like for her to beat Io Shirai for it, like that says a lot, because Io Shirai is a fucking beast too in her own right. Like she's probably like a mini, not even a mini. Like how long did Io hold that title for? Like over a year already. Well over a year she
I
had
don't
that title.
know. I don't even know.
I think she held that title
I
for at
don't
least
even know.
NXT Women's Championship. I just want to see because like it. I feel like she had that for a while. Io Shirai.
She
Okay, no,
has.
she had it for like 8 months. No, 9 months. April, May, June. Yeah, 9 months. She had that shit for 9 months. 304 days. 304 days.
Ooh.
The next closest one beyond that was the high. She's like the third ranked that held it the longest. Actually fourth if you count Paige. Um, so yeah, that's pretty good. She had great matches too. So like
What up, bro? What up?
I'm gonna mute you. What is that?
Seth Rollins being stupid.
I'm gonna mute you.
What up, bro?
I'm gonna mute you. Hold on. And then the sucky thing is I don't know how to mute you afterwards. Unmute you. I tried it before and I couldn't figure it out.
Come on. WWE brought the cameos back. They can get back on Cameo. Those prices are ridiculous.
It's like $7,000 for 2 seconds. Like fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, NXT was really good, man. It was really, really good. It was really, really good. So I actually give it like an 8.5 to be honest with you. Can you stop fucking playing that? I'm gonna mute you. Jesus. It's been a day, man. It's been a day. I just want to talk about wrestling. Like, I didn't, you fucking jerk. What are your thoughts overall on NXT, though? You fucking asshole.
I liked it. I was watching that in AEW at the same time. I missed out on both pretty much.
That's why you just pick one and stick with it. That's why you just watch NXT because what you were gonna get from NXT was gonna be way better than what you got from AEW that week. Like, there was no point in really watching AEW that week.
Jericho. Yeah, because I'm watching Jericho's promo with whatever. I'm looking at it. It sounds like it's the worst thing in the world. I'm reading the reviews days later. Oh, he dropped a dope ass promo. I didn't see it that way when I was watching. But hey, I'm guessing that's because I was watching both at the same time. But
I enjoyed it.
But yeah. Yeah, NXT I did enjoy from what I was really paying attention to, because I definitely paid attention to the Gauntlet. I paid attention that women's match. I tried, I couldn't.
Which women's match?
The tag titles.
NXT? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I didn't even want to say I couldn't do it, but I could not do that. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, that was an amazing match.
Yeah.
Like,
that was a...
It's crazy how many great main event pay-per-view matches they've had. They've had a lot. Ring of Honor matches.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're getting better.
And that's a scary thing. Like, how much better can those matches between them get? Like,
and it's the same thing with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but not really. Their matches are I think they've plateaued.
We got after watching. Yeah.
But it's kind of the
something
same
similar.
thing.
Yes and no. You get what you mean. But with them, with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, it's like, where do you go from here?
Keep getting better.
Where do you go from that? And how do you top this one? If you are to have another match afterwards, like, it just, you would think you hit the proverbial ceiling last time, and then
I think so.
You know,
and then
you would think with this one, this is like exactly. So it's just like, okay.
And it was such a great build up. Like, from their arrival, it was a great build up. I used their arrival together as a build up too.
Yeah. Yep.
Because this is amazing. Like, this is what the Radicals almost had. They almost had this, and they just split. However, whatever. But
I wish they hadn't. But hey, I mean, shit happens. But I mean, at least 2/3 of the Radicals got championship gold in WWE. So it counts for something. But
I mean, Dean Malenko got the light heavyweight, cruiserweight mat title.
what does Dean
I didn't know
have
what it
anything to do
was.
with it?
He was in the Radicals. You said 2/3. You said 2/4.
I said 2/3. Wait, I'm sorry. Why did I think? I'm sorry. You said the Radicals. I was thinking something else. My bad.
Yeah. Well, shit. Who the hell were you thinking about? What group were you
I
thinking
don't
about?
know. That's at MSK.
I don't even know
what was their
Oh,
thing called?
the Rascals.
The Rascals. That's what I got confused with. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking.
Something with a Z.
I'm just tired. Yeah. I'm just
a
tired.
name with a Z.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, so we could probably move on to WrestleMania.
You want to get into WrestleMania?
Yeah, we can
Want to get into how? Want to get into the rain delay? You want to get into
my God,
Hogan
the
being
rain
booed?
delay. The rain delay and Hogan being booed at the same time were hilarious. Cause like I couldn't believe when you came in like there's a rain delay. I was like, get the fuck out of here! Ain't no rain delay. It's WrestleMania. And then I was just like, right, it's not a fucking. I was like, it's not a dome, and I was just like, So you would think, hey, I was saying it. I was like, hey, it's supposed to start at 8. If this shit isn't starting by 9, I'm going home to watch it. Luckily, it only was about half an hour. So we were able to watch it. And that one started off hot, man. Oh yeah, the freestyle promos were cool because of that, and like they actually did pretty well overall. I went back and watched them, and for freestyle promos, a lot of them were really good, really, really good. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
The ones that are good are good.
Yeah, like, exactly. The ones that can talk regardless.
They know who they put on TV.
Exactly. Yeah.
They said no, Matt Riddle.
Exactly. He was like, yo.
No, but they did. They actually did use him. Him and
RV. They did, and RV. Yeah, exactly.
And rolling paper.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty decent moments overall. But yeah, night 1 started off hot. We had the WWE Championship match. Bobby Lashley defeating Drew McIntyre, defending his crown in an awesome match that, a lot of us thought that they were going to give Drew McIntyre a proper, like, WrestleMania moment. And not that last year's wasn't a proper WrestleMania moment. It's just that... crowd-worthy but it was a very, very, very good surprise to have Bobby Lashley keep it and win fairly and everything.
That was going to happen. I was just like,
sleep. On top of that, put him to sleep. So it's like, it was it was a great match. It was a really good match. It was usually when you have like 2 big dudes, it's like it's gonna be a lot of people are gonna be like it's gonna be Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg back in the day. Like that match was so boring at WrestleMania.
It was a lot of people so much not that.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was the opposite about that. Like the complete opposite. So that was great, and it was great to see the WWE take a different direction this time around. Like keep it on, sorry to say it, keep it on the black champion. Like, it was actually surprising. And a very nice surprise. So we appreciate it. What part are you up to in Infinity War? Because I know that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I see my eyes jumping. I'm like, I'm trying not to. Hulk is getting his ass beat up in the Hulk Buster.
Ah, okay. Hulk.
Banner.
Hulk. The Hulk. I heard you say Hawk. I was like, what? So after that, we had after that match on night 1, we had Natalia and Tamina winning the tag team turmoil match to earn the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. It was good. It was fun.
They should have won.
We got to see shut the fuck up. Let me get to it, bitch. We got to see Mandy Rose bust her ass walking down. Poor Mandy Rose. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
A WrestleMania moment. It's a WrestleMania moment.
It is. Look, be happy that you weren't like Titus O'Neil at the Greatest Royal Rumble and, you
sliding down that whole shit.
So you had a quick bump. You could have played it off better, but you had a shocked look like, so like, it is what it is. You could have just laughed about it and popped back up. It happens. It happens. You got caught off guard. Shit happens. It was slippery. It is what it is. But yeah, it was a decent match overall, and there were a couple nip slips too. They kept like blacking it out. I noticed.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw some reports. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I still.
Yeah. So after that, we had Cesaro defeating Seth Rollins for Cesaro's first singles WrestleMania victory. Congratulations to him finally having his WrestleMania moment. It was a great match overall. They were both. We know what they're both capable of. Fucking pound for pound strongest man in WWE going up against Seth Rollins, who is one of the best workers in the WWE period.
CrossFit,
and
Jesus.
Yeah, it was just a really good, really well paced match, and Cesaro got up to 23 swings overall. Well, technically like 30 because he did 2 sets of swings at one point.
Yeah, 10 at one point.
Yeah, and then so he had like
10 at one point, and then at the second
he had 30 plus for
he
sure.
He got to 30. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, so it was a really good match, and like, you know, really happy to see him. Hopefully they push it. Hopefully they don't just let it be a one and done thing and let it fall by the wayside, because otherwise, what's the fucking point? But great match.
Matches with Seth.
Yeah. After that, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match. AJ Styles and Omos defeating the New Day to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. It started off with AJ Styles doing his AJ Styles stuff for about 5-10 minutes, and then going up against both of them, and then tagging in Omos to literally decimate the New Day.
Everybody else.
There's really no other way of saying it. Like, it's a big ass motherfucker. Like, the fuck are you gonna do?
He's he's fucking soulless.
Like, I think the best thing they could have probably tried to do to make it seem, obviously, like, you know, they want to show the dominance factor and all that shit because, again, he's a big ass motherfucker. But like, I would have went right after his knees, just drop kicking the shit out of his knees the whole time. And which, you know, to Xavier's credit, he's trying to like chop him down with some kicks. But let's be real, you're not Aleister Black. You don't have those kicks. If it was Aleister Black or something, it might have made a difference. But even then, might have not made a difference. Doing nothing. So, but yeah, it was a good way to debut him, and he wins in his first match. He wins the fucking Raw Tag Team Championship. So, we're gonna see what's gonna come from him.
His gear was crazy. Interesting.
His gear was just like if you saw a fucking nightclub bouncer outside. That's literally it.
That's it. That's the gear.
He had the gold chain. He had just like a fucking tank top cut. Like,
Rick's Cabaret right up the block.
Yeah, literally. He if we would have walked by, I would not have given him a second look if he was a fucking bouncer there, because that's what he looked like. But yeah, it was you know, it was fun to watch him. It was fun to watch him decimate the shit out of them, though. I'm not gonna lie, like, it just to fucking throw him around and fuck him up. It was fun to see that. We don't see that type of domination as much anymore. But yeah, you know, you gotta have the big dude do something.
Yeah, Braun doesn't even do it anymore.
Exactly, and he's like literally like as big as he is. So the fact that, you know, it is what it is. We get into that. Well, I mean, that's the next match anyway, because you mentioned Braun. He should be honestly killing Shane McMahon with no problem. But Braun Strowman, you know, Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. It was okay.
It was a good match.
They had good moments. Especially when he like ripped the fucking thing off the cage, like the actual cage. It had its moments. You know, Shane McMahon, you know, got his proverbial jumping off something. We all wish it would have been jumping off of like the pirate ship and all that shit. That would have been dope. But, you know, it's a steel cage match, and I'm pretty sure Vince was like, "You're not jumping off of that." So, because I'm pretty sure he had the idea.
Well, that shit was hot.
I'm pretty sure he had the idea. Oh, let me jump off. No, you're going to die this time. No, but no, it was a good match. It had storytelling. You know, it is what it is. It was good. It was the weaker. It was one of the weaker.
Benefit anybody?
Other than that, it didn't. It really didn't. One was just being called a dumb. For me, I didn't like that Braun Strowman was playing a victim. Like, dude, you're that big. Not to say that big people aren't, like, you know, softies or whatever and whatnot. But, like, when you're that big of a wrestler and you're, like, you were bullying Roman Reigns for, like, 6 months. I'm not done with you yet. Type shit. Like, and you put him in the hospital and you put...
It doesn't make any sense.
Sorry, you're monster among men. Like, that's... No. Shane McMahon can't bully you. Just punch him in the face. But yeah, and then one of the matches to steal the weekend as well. After that, we had Bad Bunny and Damien Priest defeating The Miz and John Morrison. Great fucking match. So much fun to watch. Shout out to Bad Bunny for doing his thing, putting in the work heavily, putting in the work and training, and being at the Performance Center for, I think, like 2 months straight. Moving there and actually being with everybody. There were so many reports from so many people saying, from so many wrestlers saying, like, yo, the respect he gained from all the work that he was doing is insane. And that
you know
he
who they
set the
said
bar
trained him? They said Adam Pearce and Drew Gulak.
2 perfect people to train him.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? And it showed. It showed how much work he put into it. Like the fact that, you know, a lot of things. I'm sorry, but a lot of things that Wilkins was saying was true. Like half of the things he was doing, I've seen indie wrestlers do worse. Like which sucks to say because we love indie wrestlers and we interview with indie wrestlers and whatever this and that. But he was, I wouldn't say he was doing it like way better, but he was sharper in a lot of fucking moments, and he used everything that he learned.
Everything was basic perfection.
Yep. Drop toe holds.
A second off or a second too fast. It might be bad, but it was where it was supposed to be.
His timings were everything. His timings were on point with every single thing. Every single spot was on point. The only sloppy moment I could probably remember that I barely call sloppy was when he got rushed the first time and like kind of curled up and whatever by the Miz and got thrown into the turnbuckle.
Like a regular fight?
Yeah. But beyond that, like overall, like he was having fun. And the amount of selling that boy was doing was awesome.
Oh my
like
God.
It's like you could tell he was living his dream. Legit living his dream. And it was so fun and that's what made it so much more fun to watch, because it reminded me of being in the schoolyard, getting fucked up, taking those hits, being like, oh shit. And he was selling it just like you would back in the day. Like, and he was having fun. He knew, like I said, he knew his timings. He knew when, if he was out of the, if he got thrown out and when Damien Priest came in to clean up, he was doing his recovery period. He was like on the side, like looking with, just like, the dude has such a respect for the wrestling game.
It was amazing.
That it was, and we mentioned it beforehand.
And he was able to do that with the camera.
Yeah. On top of that, he knew the cues for everything.
With the camera, knowing where the camera was at, because that's a big thing. A lot of people they wrestle so long.
Yep.
In the indies that they can't even think about that one aspect.
And that's the crazy thing. Like that one aspect, he had every single moment. And I was just like, yo, this shit, like I went back to watch it. And I was just like, yo, everything about this, he didn't put a foot wrong. Every foot invested. It was perfect. And you could tell like the time that he put into it was because he wanted to put it into it. Usually when you have celebrities come through, it's mainly like, oh, it's this little boy. No, he fucking put in the work. I was happy to have it put to the point where he did a fucking destroyer. Like, pretty much. He did a destroyer. What celebrity does a fucking Puerto Rican destroyer? That shit ain't Canadian anymore. Any Puerto Rican does that now. It's like a bunny destroyer, whatever the fuck they wanted to call it. He did a Falcon Arrow. Yeah. He did a Hurricane that spun around. And don't get me wrong. The people he was working with, on top of that, the Miz and John Morrison were the perfect people to work with. They're awesome for their part in, helping him look as good as he performed. Not to say that he wouldn't have looked good without him, but it's the perfect people to pair him with, especially with the Miz, one of the safest workers. John Morrison, knowing the game in and out as well. 2 of the probably safest people to really work with overall. So, great match. Lots of fun to watch. And it, blew everybody away. Everybody I know that watched that match was like, yo, that was fucking
so
crazy.
Fun. And it was so fun. And it was also so good. Like, yeah. Technically, you don't expect him to do this. And he spent his time
12 minutes out of 15.
And it looks better. It looks
like he set the bar super high for any celebrity that loves wrestling and wants to like actually be in a match in the future. Like, he set the bar
Yeah.
so fucking high. And it's just like,
especially if you're going to be on the pay-per-view.
On the biggest pay-per-view of them all, on top of that. Like, that's the crazy shit. That's the insane shit.
Well, you can't compare him and Shaq because
you can't. Both put in the work. I'm not saying, you know, but
definitely
to this level,
it's just different type of match. It's variables.
Exactly, different type of match, different bodies, different, like, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. Who you work with, who you're training with.
That height, like,
yeah,
we're all the same size. Like, Bad Bunny is all like, he's like what, 6 feet, maybe 5 something. Either way, it's not that big of a difference. Where like Shaq is 7 something, and Cody is like 6'2". Like, nah, that's a huge difference.
Yeah,
and like it's variable. So, and the amount of time the match was like. Bad Bunny was in that match, in that tag match,
from like, start to finish, and it was so awesome to see. And I'm happy that he got to live his dream, like one of his biggest dreams. And hey, who knows? Vince is probably like, "Yo, come back anytime," because like if he put in the work that, and if he's legit retiring from music in the future, like. With this last album and this last tour that he's gonna do, that they announced during WrestleMania.
They announced his tour.
Yeah, that's another crazy thing. Like, if this is really like something he might want to explore, I'm sure if he just puts in a year of work, he's gonna be good. Look how good he was with two months, and that just goes back to just having fun. He was just having fun, and. Usually when you're doing things that you love and you have fun doing it, you know, you can't really complain afterwards, you know? So for me, it was really fun to watch him have fun and live his dream. I think that's mainly what it was for everybody.
What's so crazy about that? I'm not going to go too far into the topic because it's not really a topic, but it's about how you come at people and how you address certain things. Like, that
respectfully, like, yes, I know.
We want people to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, right? We want them like celebrities.
Yeah,
they got a lot of celebrities. There's a lot of celebrities that we want in there. There's a lot of celebrities that want to be in there that just don't know how to address the situation. Like, exactly, because we have like Wale. Wale is doing this thing. He just performed with Big E. He's been on, what was it, SmackDown, either Raw or SmackDown. He's done that before. He's going in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna go. He's not doing no clown shit like the other. I mean, and we don't have to mention their names, but like, it's just get your shit together. If you really want to work with people, like, there's a professional way of doing things. There is, and it's just like with any other, like, it's too bad
any other job or whatever.
That's exactly
and that's a sucky thing. But it's just like, you want to work with people, be respectful, and maybe, just maybe, they might consider you. But when you're an asshole about certain things, calling out motherfuckers, telling them you're gonna fuck them up, and this not like, motherfuckers ain't gonna want to fuck with you, bro. Like, grow the fuck up.
That's all it is.
Grow up. Come from it, because like now you just tainted yourself, looking like an asshole. They're never gonna want to work with you. It's just like, for what? All this for what?
I'm like, look at that type of company like that.
Yeah,
they're not gonna want to deal with you. Other companies that you might be dealing with not gonna want to deal with you.
And secondly, you don't have that pull. I'm sorry, you don't. You don't have the pull to be talking shit like that. So just step back, go do something else.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but
some people think they're bigger than what they are, and that's all it is.
Exactly, because I was hopeful. I was hopeful, and I was just being silly at times. But now it's just like, okay, knock it off.
No, go fuck yourself, bro. Like, nobody wants to fuck with you. Yeah, but that being said, the main event of night 1, Bianca Belaire defeating Sasha Banks to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship. Great match. Awesome match. I love the emotion in the beginning when they both came out. When they were both looking at each other right before the match started. And she started crying and whatever and trying to hold it in, but she couldn't. And then Sasha had to look away too.
Don't do it.
And then Sasha had to look away too, because if she would have kept looking at her, like she would have started crying. I went back and watched that match again, and I was just like, when I was watching it, I was like, like immediately, with and I was just like, ah, shit, because it's such a sweet sentiment overall. Like, and it was such a great match as well. Like, they both had their spots.
It was.
You never,
really,
you
really
didn't know which
good.
way it was gonna go. It was an amazing match. A match that was fit for a main event at WrestleMania, regardless if it's night 1 or night 2. That could have been the main event of night 2 just as much as night 1. Didn't really matter. On top of that, 2 minority, black athletes, first time ever. On top of that, women, first time ever headlining WrestleMania. Another big fucking moment for wrestling.
Men
and
don't
for,
even have that.
Exactly, which is insane. And the quality of the match, this is the thing with Sasha Banks. I might talk so much shit about her, but honestly speaking, she is one of the best performers. I've never had a doubt about that. She could sell. She puts people over when she has to. She's a team player. She always has that thing. And when you go back to looking after Bianca Belair won, there's video of her on the floor on the outside of the ring, and she's smiling because she's so happy about the moment for Bianca, and just overall that she's laughing and she's smiling and everything when she's supposed to look angry and all that shit. And that's why the camera didn't pan to her, because she was just so happy about the whole moment, and watching her win, like, and just the raw emotion was a beautiful thing overall. And just to see how far they've come from NXT to now, like, her paving the way, her being one that wants to pave the way from NXT, and then having one of the best female athletes to enter the game, period, in Bianca Belair. Like, she's just that much of a beast too. And sorry you had to take that whip. That shit looked like it hurt. But like,
oh my
that
God,
hair whip.
that
but
shit echoed.
Yeah, that shit echoed so hard. But it was such an amazing match. It was so much fun to watch. Everybody, once Bianca won,
she needed an endorsement from Vaseline.
Facts. that shit hurt. But no, it was so much fun to watch. I loved that night. And like night one was so good. It was so much better than what we thought it was gonna be, to be honest with you. It was really, really fun. And they had really good matches. Like, and then moving on to night 2, it was just like, oh. So we started with Randy Orton defeating The Fiend with Alexa Bliss, I think turning into Sister Abigail finally. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, it was like a 7-minute match.
How many? 550. How many of the Fiend matches have actually been good?
The one with John Cena, which was a produced match. Or are you talking about it was just Randy Orton? Because with Randy Orton, this is the thing, Randy Orton's boring, and that's my thing. And like, we've been saying it for a while. Like, I think with anyone else, The Fiend, this whole thing would be much better. But I don't know what it is. Fucking Nightlight. Spread.
I feel like they lost interest.
They did, and to make it 5 minutes. Don't get me wrong. The whole I think it's Sister Abigail, because it looks like it should be Sister Abigail that she finally transformed into, because she had that wreath and she was like black, whatever, and looks pretty cool. So hopefully, and I've been saying it for months. Like, she has to be Sister Abigail. She's eventually gonna turn into. So I guess that revelation at WrestleMania, cool. But it was just kind of a waste overall. You could have done that anywhere else, at any other pay-per-view. This didn't need to happen. That didn't need to happen for WrestleMania. It was a waste of 5 minutes.
This could have just been a promo.
Yes,
this could have just been a promo.
Absolutely.
Kidnap Randy Orton, and this is the promo.
Exactly.
And he gets away.
Yeah, exactly. Because he gets distracted. It just reminded me of the old tropes of horror movies, like, you distract the fucking main villain somehow, and then you just get away, or you win and get away. Like, it's annoying, whatever. After that, we had the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defeating Natalia and Tamina. It was actually a good match. It was pretty close.
Really good match. I really wanted.
Tamina needs to stop doing that fucking that dive.
Splash.
Yeah, splash.
That almost splash. The knee drops.
She wasn't even close. And that's how she was about to do the Nia Jax.
Those are motherfucking knee drops.
But it was actually a good match though. It was a good match. It wasn't anything crazy, but
It
it was a
was
good
very
serviceable match.
good
Yeah,
until
until that.
up until those spots. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
knee drops.
If you're gonna do it right, or don't do it at all. Like that's all I'm saying. Especially since it's your dad's
Yeah,
move. Like you kind of gotta practice that shit into a ball pit.
that
Like
makes it
please.
worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's your dad's move, and you can't even do it properly. Like, after that, we had Kevin Owens defeating Sami Zayn.
That's how she wrestled. She wrestled scared.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
That's what that is. That's the wrestling scared stance. If you wrestle, if you have to do that move, and you do that move like that,
you gotta go all out on your dad's move. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to. Especially if you're gonna do.
She
did it better night 1. Night 2 was trash. She did it way better night 1. I will say that much. But hey, it is what it is.
I almost said something I knew I wasn't.
Yeah, just don't. After that, we had
and it wasn't
going to
be disrespectful though. It wasn't going to be disrespectful. It was just going to be.
It could get easily misconstrued. Yes, and that's why I would just rather you not. Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn with Logan Paul in his corner, or just not even in his corner, just watching, and then Kevin.
It was a good match.
It was a standard Sami. It was standard Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens match number 3. They just pulled it out of one of their hats. It was like from the archives and just went. It's not to say that it wasn't entertaining, but it's
like an NXT TV match.
Yeah, it was something we've seen before. It's not that it not that it was bad. It was entertaining. It's just we've seen it before. And at least we got to see Logan Paul get stunned. So good for him.
I was still not entertained.
I wasn't. He should have gotten his ass beat, but it is what it is. After that, we had Sheamus defeating Matt Riddle to capture the United States Championship. I was surprised by that. Not that Sheamus doesn't deserve it, but I was surprised that Riddle gave it up so early.
He was high on TV and roller skated his way out, talking about I don't know my line anymore.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the reasons why. So yeah, let's be real.
I forgot my line. He skated off on Oscar.
Yeah, he's dipped.
I want to know how much more pages he had left.
He probably had like 2 lines.
I know it had to be short. You're too high. I already don't trust you. You high.
Like I haven't been that high. The highest I've been was just like eating mad chicken. That's it. But
that was you was Vegas high. Like that's how high he was. That's how high he stayed high.
He stays like a multiple of that, like 2 times that high. Like that. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like you in Vegas that high is like his down high.
Yeah, that's true. He still performed being high as fuck anyway, so it's fucking crazy. It was a good match. It was a good match.
He can remember everything except for how to talk.
It's body instinct. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I gotta do this. And it was a good match. I enjoyed the match. It was fun to watch. It was very hard hitting, like we thought it would be, and good match overall. After that, we had Apollo Crews defeating Big E to become the new Intercontinental Champion in a Nigerian drum fight match.
I knew it was going to happen.
Made no sense, but I love where we were hanging out that everybody was like asking where M'Baku is and why he wasn't throwing the spear at Big E. And it was very... I can't repeat it the way they were saying it because it's going to seem really wrong.
Yeah.
And I won't do that. But I know at one point I was like, "Wepa!" It was like there was a lot of real funny shenanigans going on with that match. But I don't know what I expected from the Nigerian drum fight. To be honest with you, like nobody knew what to expect. But they beat the shit out of each other. I think that's what counted.
Yeah, it was just a hardcore match with drums on the side.
Yeah, like I said, I would have loved it if like Biggie came out with Wale and all that shit. It was awesome. It was a great and it was hype. Like, why didn't he come out with like a whole fucking drum line of drummers like dressed in like Nigerian cultural garb, like when he was coming out, like
they don't get that budget. They don't get that budget. Plain and simple. I figured it out because you asked me
But
that
you
question
bought
yesterday. I
Wale.
forgot.
Do you have the budget for Wale, but you can't have a budget for drummers?
That's a favor.
That wasn't
That's
a
a
favor.
favor. That's Big
He got
E's
paid.
guy.
He got paid though. You can't act like he ain't get paid.
Yeah. Big E paid him.
Somebody paid him. But it was a good match.
Who paying them drummers?
I don't know.
I get 2 drummers and call it a day. You walking down. You walking down.
Nah,
with me.
man, it's WrestleMania, bro. Like, fuck out of here. Like,
That's so. Yeah, 2 drummers would be corny.
it's WrestleMania. Like, come
Gotta
on,
be
you could
8
have
or
had,
something.
or the whole time you could have had people like dun, 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 dun. You could have had, or just playing that type of music over the loudspeaker, like whatever you had to do. You could have added more ambiance to the fight.
It's still a pandemic.
Yeah, everybody was sitting right next to each other. I don't want to hear that shit. Some without masks.
I know. No, I'm
saying. Just saying. I don't want to hear nothing about pandemics. I don't want to hear anything about it anymore. There's a lot of excuses you can make. A lot of those have been thrown out the window. It's that simple.
No.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Yeah. After that, we had Rhea Ripley defeating Asuka to capture the Raw Women's Championship. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Rhea Ripley's a beast. As much of a beast as Asuka is and has been. It just made sense.
Left during this match, didn't
we? We did. We watched some of it on the train, at the train station, and then I just stopped watching it. So, but the parts that I saw were really good. I didn't go back to watch this match, unfortunately, because I had a shorter lunch than usual today. But I heard it was a good match, so I'm sure it was a good match. And from the things that we did see on the train platform, watching it from my phone, it was a good match. So congratulations to Rhea Ripley. But yeah. And after that, at main event, we had a pretty awesome fucking Universal Championship match. And Roman Reigns defeated Daniel Bryan and Edge to retain his Universal Championship. It was a great match. It was a great match, just like I said it would be. Because of the people you have involved overall, like, just made sense to be a good match.
All 3 of them
was fucking awesome. Yeah,
they're gonna do amazing things.
They put everything on that one, and it was just fun to watch. Like, it went from spot to spot to spot to spot to spot to like to hit to spot to hit to spot. Like, it was just really good. There was no real slowdown in the match overall in terms of pace and everything. It was just good. It was just really good. It was one of the better main events for WrestleMania that I've seen.
The week. Yeah, in general.
No, I'm saying overall in general. Like, you had 2 amazing main events back to back. I can't fault you this year at all. You had 2 amazing matches back to back for main events. And they just both told the story that they needed to tell really well. And Roman Reigns, I said it before we left, Roman Reigns was gonna fucking keep it because it made no sense. It made no sense for Daniel Bryan to really have it. Edge, as much as I would want him to be the Universal Champion, still it's technically part-timer. No point in having him being the Universal Champ. Keep the dominance going with Roman Reigns, and we'll see if Omos comes and takes it from him or something. I don't fucking know what they're doing.
Please, Omos.
Yeah, something.
Or maybe he can't be that big and do nothing.
Or maybe Jinder comes back or some shit. I don't know. Who knows? Imagine that he beats Roman Reigns. I just stopped watching WWE. Period. Overall, I was just like,
that'd be an amazing thing.
It'll be great for him.
That would be amazing.
It'll be great for him, but I'll just be like, and done. But yeah,
come on.
What would you grade? Shit. We know night 1 was the shit. We know night 1 was awesome. Night 2,
Night 2 was the cool down.
Yeah, I felt like it should have went the other way. You know what I mean? Like, I think if it would have went the other way, this would have been this WrestleMania would have been tits. Like, awesome.
It's crazy because you can look at the card and you can see
tell which one's gonna be the stronger one. Exactly. It should have been the other way around.
You can see that.
Yeah. Or they should just put certain matches
Randy and the Fiend is Randy and the Fiend. They've been there. They've done that.
That should have been night 1. That should have been night 1. It is what it is. It is what it
Yeah,
is. Like,
only thing that they can't switch is the woman match, the tag titles. But that's about it. Other than that, they can. That's it.
Yeah. I give it like, because night one was so good, I give it like an 8 WrestleMania maybe.
Yeah, it's a WrestleMania. It's the 7.
Because night
They
2
had
was
Hulk
like
Hogan hosting.
oh yeah, so that's like 2 points. Sorry, you're like a 6 really. No, night 1 I would give it like an 8.5, legit. Night 1 for sure. The next night I would give it like a 6.75.
Yeah,
Close to 7, somewhere there.
7.5.
So maybe like the 7.65 overall. I don't know math, but that seems about right.
7.565.
7.565. 7.565. Is that what you're saying? Or 7.65?
6.5. Show
for night 1 and night 2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you put night 1 really low compared to me. I guess I enjoyed night 1 better.
Rain delay. It was forced, and yeah. Because those promos were different.
But they were good.
That's what I mean. They were like, it added to it. Like they could freestyle.
Yeah. True.
They actually could if they had to. Like we knew they could if they had to, but they had to, and they really did really good.
Yeah, they did. And I think, seeing the fans and hearing actual fans like fucking screaming and yelling and like getting excited and all that stuff actually added to it again, because we missed that last year. Let's not pretend that we didn't. We really did. It's been weird for a while
last year more than anybody.
Yeah, but it adds to it for a viewer. It adds to it, for sure. It's instead of the canned like crowd and all that shit. Like, it was actually great to see that they were able to do it. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was good. I think overall it was a good WrestleMania week. I'd give WrestleMania week like an 8 this time around. I don't want 2-night stuff anymore. Yeah, I don't want 2-night shit anymore. Cut that out, please.
We would have had 14 matches in one night.
That's the thing. You don't need to have 14 matches in one night. That's my point. You don't need to have those things.
At least 10 in one night, and still have NXT on Saturday.
And that's okay. I'm okay with 10 in one night because WrestleMania makes sense as long as you don't fill it with dumb other shit. If there are matches that make sense,
always dumb other shit.
Fine. But if you have dumb bullshit baby matches that don't need to be there, you should be maxing out at 8. The most.
That's not happening.
I know. But they did say they're not going back to the 2-night thing. They're going to do it one night because the Dallas one is one night. The LA one, they're trying to do one night as well. So
I bet that's
when we in Dallas.
It probably costs too much for 2 nights.
It does. Absolutely. You know how much staff you gotta
pay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a big fucking stadium.
Exactly. So yeah, overall good WrestleMania week. I give it an 8 for
Did you
everything.
hear the news about
WWE.
Teddy Hart?
No. I did not.
I don't know. He's doing some he's a no masker, an anti-masker, so he's going in places without his mask and shit. Like, come on. It's not for you, it's for everybody else. Like, do you have to be
the time?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
I think he was. Nah, I can't speak on that, but they definitely kicked his ass out. Oh shit, my way of hitting him. Like, they kicked him out of the venue.
Good.
Like 2 venues didn't, and then 1 venue did. Well, one promotion did.
Good.
Okay. It's like,
but yeah, so shout out to Bobby Lashley, Cesaro, obviously Bad Bunny and Damien Priest, and The Miz and John Morrison for putting on a great match, entertaining as fuck. Bianca Belaire and Sasha Banks for Bianca Belaire and Sasha Banks for putting on an amazing night 1 main event. And Rhea Ripley for winning the Raw Women's Championship match just after coming up from NXT, and Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Edge for putting on a great WrestleMania
And
main
also
event.
shout out to Titus for actually hosting
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
for holding that together and not wanting to punch him in the nuts like right on national
They had
television.
dude out in the rain in his suit.
Mad disrespectful, by the way. But thank you for doing that. I hope your scene
Yeah.
didn't get ruined, but
And Hulk
yeah.
is out here in his ugly ass red or yellow shirt. Like, come on.
I hope you made the Hulk like pay for their fucking dry cleaning for that. I mean, it was just water, but still, you had
Yeah,
a really nice suit
no.
on, and I don't like the fact that your jacket got fucked up with water. So it is.
I mean,
what
it wasn't
is.
the nicest suit anyway, but
No, but the jacket is nice. I like the jacket.
it was.
But
It
hey,
wasn't nice.
yeah. But yeah, I think that's all we got. We're pretty much good. We're on the hour. I need to edit this shit anyway. So
Yeah.
with that being said, that's the end of the podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes. Sorry, I just completely bad. On Twitter at Pokes and Chokes. Myself at _ Mr. Alex25 _ the guy on the other side at
NU _ KEWLA.
Facebook.com/Pokes and Chokes. Sorry, Instagram at Pokes Chokes Podcast. Don't do that while I'm doing this. Don't do that while I'm doing this. Don't.
he calling him out. Jack, come on.
Oh, what up?
I'm mute you.
Finish shit.
Listen to us on. Just listen to us on everything. I don't give a fuck anymore. Click the link tree below in the description. You know, if you want everything, eye pokes and head chokes, link tree in the description. Redbubble, Threads, Teespring. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys. Yeah, that's what I said. You fucking dummy.
I thought you were trying to catch yourself when you paused. I was trying to catch if you actually said that or not. I don't know. I couldn't catch it.
I did.
And I repeated it the same exact way you did. So
exactly. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed your WrestleMania week/weekend. And yeah, catch you guys next week with some other stuff to talk about, I guess. So deuces.